Hey YouTube friends, I'm going to do a comparison of some acoustic guitars amplified. I'm not going to play them acoustically. I gig and I like to hear how they sound amplified. And what I'm holding right here is an LR Baggs AEG1 with the torrefied spruce top. It has a laminate, I think it's poplar sides, and it has an East Indian, sorry about that, light, East Indian rosewood back. Bolt-on neck. This has the new HiFi Duet pickup, which is a pair of soundboard transducers underneath the bridge plate, and in between that, inside the guitar, is what they call the silo microphone. So I bought this as a stage guitar, but I want to compare to some other guitars that also have Baggs pickups. So this is a Collings OM1 Cutaway. It's mahogany back and sides. It's Cutaway. It's a Sitka spruce top. This has the LR Baggs HiFi Duet pickup, same as this AEG1 Baggs guitar. But they're very different. This one obviously will produce perhaps more of an acoustic sound because that's how it was designed. Over here on a stand, this is a Martin D18 Cutaway, amber tone top, that's just the color of the finish. And this has an LR Baggs Anthem pickup, the full Anthem. And then on the wall here, which I will play all of these, this is a Collings D1 traditional, and this is mahogany back and side, Sitka spruce top, and this has the LR Baggs HiFi pickup. The difference being it's not the Duet, so the HiFi by itself does not have a microphone. It just has the two soundboard transducers. All right, let's get started with the AEG1. Check out how natural this guitar sounds amplified. I'm playing through a Fishman Loudbox Artist. It's a single 8-inch speaker with a tweeter, and I do have an extension speaker, an ElectroVoice Everse 8 over here, just dialed in for a little bit of ambience. I'm just going to go straight round robin. Let's see. Let's go straight, since that was the Baggs guitar with the HiFi Duet. Here's the Collings with a HiFi Duet. This is the OM1 Cutaway. Come back to the AEG1, and obviously that Collings is just a wonderful guitar, but this is really great too. Here's the AEG1. Okay, do hear more mid-range from this guitar, and that, you know, guitar to guitar, you're going to get different tonal properties just from the instrument itself. Here's that Collings again. read about, oh, but there's acoustic bleed through in the room. Here's what this sounds like from this distance acoustically. So yes, it's got some volume, it's got volume in the room, but the amplified sound is swallowing that up. Is this a part of what you're hearing in this recording in the room? Yeah, sure it is. But this is how I play at home, and this is what I want to know. Here is the Dreadnought traditional Collings that has the HiFi pickup. Now, it's not fair to just leave all of the settings the same, because right now I've got the volume is turned all the way up, and this actually doesn't sound as loud as these other pickups. So I'm going to compensate for that. So again, I compensated for the volume difference. That guitar just sounds exquisite. Would that Collings sound better with the HiFi Duet that has the microphone? I think it would bring out a little of that pristine air. I think that would be fantastic. Here's the Martin D18, and this is the LR Bag's Anthem pickup, which has a different microphone inside. It's called a True Mic, and this pickup does not have soundboard transducers. It has a piezo element that goes underneath the saddle and the bridge plate. Oh man. Sounding guitar. So for those of you who are wondering how does an Anthem pickup compare with a HiFi Duet, it is just as musical. It has its own special characteristics. You can dial back more to the bridge saddle transducer if you're playing in a band mix or a loud place where you need a little more punch, and the microphone might be a little too airy, a little bit too much detail where it might get washed out. The Anthem offers that feature. Let's come back to the Bag's guitar. This is the HiFi Duet, the AEG1 guitar. I got the microphone dialed in at 50%. I'm going to take it down just to about 40%. That's where I like it. This guitar, immediately what I heard, I'm hearing more mid-range from the guitar, and I think that's what the guitar does. That's not the pickup, and the reason I can say that is because I have that same pickup in a different guitar over here, and I believe this pickup is giving me an honest representation of the guitar amplified as what I'm hearing when I play it just acoustically. I'm going to take the mic down. It's at 50%. I'm going to take this down just a little bit. The treble is just a little bright and strident. I'm hearing that. But also my recorder, I've noticed this particular recorder accentuates some of that 10K, that very high frequency on the treble strings. Take the microphone down just a little bit, and by the way, you can tweak the HiFi Duet, the microphone. I think it's the level. I'm not sure, but there's a thumb wheel inside the control panel that allows me to change a little bit of that mic. And I'll have to learn more about that. So if you know, please comment and let me know. The HiFi pickup, it has a volume knob and a tone knob. The HiFi Duet has a volume knob and a blend that mixes in however much microphone you want. So the tone knob right now is just a little above 50% on this. So that's the HiFi. I'm going to come back to the D18 with the Anthem. Just on the verge, almost of feedback. Again, I've got this acoustic guitar right next to the amplifier, right on top of it, so not fair. And let's come back to the AEG1, and let me make sure that I can EQ this to my taste. Whoops, hang on. Yeah, that's right, I changed the volume on this, and so... Take the mid-range down. It's kind of mid-rangey, so I can scoop. If you have an EQ pedal, you can EQ out mid-range, but again, I like that it's there because that may cut through, work really well at a gig. Sometimes I'm hitting those treble strings a little sharp, and that's my fingering, so that's my fault. much delay on. I just have a little delay on the amplifier, just like it's at 9 o'clock and 7 o'clock is 0. Yeah, the other thing, I've dialed in for the room, so again, comparing guitars and leaving all the settings the same is not fair to the instrument, because each instrument you would EQ for how it sounds or performs best. Because I'm playing in a small home studio for this recording, I have EQ'd to notch out any sort of feedback frequency. But sometimes that also robs that frequency from the guitar, and I share that because this guitar, the AEG1 Bags guitar, didn't need as much notch filtering as I had dialed in. So I hope that makes sense. So now I've taken some of it out. By the way, I've got the bass EQ. Now, again, I'm in a small room, so this room probably has its own kind of bass resonance. But I have the low EQ dialed down to a little more than 10 o'clock. I could actually take it down a little more, which I just did. So again, you're going to dial in your system for the instrument that you're playing. So when I do all of these comparisons side by side, amplified, I may optimize my EQ for one guitar and it might not be the best setting for the other guitars. So keep that in mind. You know, this information is only as useful as it may be interesting. But I hope it's bringing value and you're enjoying it. I'm going to leave it there. This is the Bags AEG1. Excuse the reflection of that light that I have in the room to keep me from playing in the shadows. It's a rosewood back. There is a round port that you can unscrew to access the internals. And torrefied Sitka spruce top. It's got the sound hole cover. I don't know if there's a plug. There actually might be a plug in the case. I didn't look for that, so I'll have to check. I think there is. Mahogany neck. It's a satin finish. It's bound. Truss rod cover. It does have an adjustable truss rod. And again, the controls, there's a volume, microphone level, and a tone knob. And I mostly will just left the tone knob a little bit less than the center detent. So that's what we got going on. If you guys are new to the channel, please click on the bell. That will subscribe you to the channel so you'll be notified of any new content that I release. And I welcome all of your comments, good and bad. What did you like? What didn't you like? Was there a favorite? What do you guys think? All right, thanks.